So let's rank all the films I watched for the first time for the month of May 2024.
Big Days Entertainment Rankings and Reviews.
So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual Bear, known to as the Big D, back again with another ranking. Today I'm going to be giving to you my May 2024 first time watches ranking. Now, unlike the last month, which that didn't have that many, just 12 films, this has 22. It was to be 23, but I made an error. I accidentally I found out I did actually watch this already, and it was Archie to Riverdale and back, which was a 1990 made for TV movie based on the Archie comics character. So uh, I I just made an error on that. It was a rewatch instead of a first time watch, so that's why this won't be on. So I'm keeping it at 22 as I wanted it. Yeah. Now, unlike last time, I'm gonna go rapid fire on just the first 12 movies, and then I'll be back to talk about the top 10. Okay. Okay, if you're ready, let's start this ranking. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Number 22 is the American Society of Magical Negroes, which came out earlier this year. This is easily the worst film I've seen this year. I know, say what you want to say about Man Web and any of those other films you probably saw, but this film tops as the worst film of the year in my book so far. Number 21 is Poltergeist from 2015. This is a remake of the 1982 classic. It's okay, but it's nowhere as good as the classic itself. And I think I'd rather watch the sequel style over this one, to be honest. But don't have, but you don't have to take my word for it, though. Number 20 is Atlas. This is J Lo's new film. Check out my spoiler for a review of this if you haven't seen it yet. This film's okay. The action and the big mech in my view that Atlas, which is J Lo's character's in, it's real cool. But it's just how I was mixed on her performance in this though. Number 19 is Lake Placid versus Anaconda from 2015. This is the only film in these two franchises I have not even seen. I've probably seen a little bit of this, but not all of it. This film's alright, in my opinion. At least Robert Englund's in this, and that's what made this film pretty good, aside from the two main creatures. Number 18 is Piranha from 1995. This is a made for TV remake of the 1978 cult classic itself. It's pretty shocking, Wivey. It's not 110% shot for shot, but still, it was good since it had William Cat and Soleil Moon Fries in this. That was incredible. It even has a young Mila Kunis in this. You gotta check this out if you haven't. Number 17 is The Great Smoky Roadblock from 1977. Now, this film was pretty fun about an old timer breaks out of the hospital and goes on one last little drive in his big old truck. It has a pretty good cast, including Henry Fonda, Eileen Brennan's in this, Dub Taylor. And there's even Susan Sarandon and Gary Sandy, who, of course, would go on to appear on WKRP in Cincinnati the following year. It's it's fun, what have you. The full movie's on YouTube. You can check it out. Number 16 is Smokey Bites the Dust from 1981. This film's crazy and pretty funny. Roger Corman passed away last month as well. He worked on this since this was from his New World Pictures label. It's not a continuation of Smokey and the Bandit, though. It's a different story. I may review it someday. The full movie's on YouTube as well. Check it out. It's just so crazy. Number 15 is Smokey and the Good Time Outlaws from 1978. Now, this film's something. It's pretty fun about these two guys who leave a small town in Texas and head for Nashville, hoping to be the next big thing. This has some pretty good tunes as well, especially the one you hear at the end that by the two guys that are hoping to become big in Nashville. The full movie's on YouTube. Check it out. Number 14 is Unfrosted. This is a Netflix film loosely based on the Pop Tart creation. It has a pretty good cast, including Jerry Seinfeld, who also directed this. It also has Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, Hugh Grant, and Amy Schumer. This film is absolutely crazy, but you know, to take my word for it, you be the judge. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Number 13 is Cats Don't Dance from 1997. Now, I always seen maybe bits and pieces of this film. This is the first time I've seen the film in its entirety. This film is a very underrated anime feature. It bombed at the box office, but I still think it had some pretty good musical numbers, great characters, and great animation. I come to love it now, after a one-time watch. Yeah. Number 12 is The First Omen. This film's now streaming on Hulu. You gotta check this out. I recently did a spoiler-free review of this film. This is a pretty good prequel to The Omen, and probably one of the first good horror flicks I've seen this year. Very good prequel. I think this film's pretty good. This still would not be my favorite. I still like the original a whole lot. This probably would come right behind it. Number 11 is Killer Workout or Aerobicide from 1987. Now, I do recall hearing this in one of my horror fanatic friends' videos and what have you, and I recently saw this on Tubi, and it's pretty good. The video quality wasn't great, but I still think it was a pretty underrated 80s slasher, and I like it after a first time watch. It's pretty good, and it has some pretty good kills as well. Okay, I sure hope you were with me throughout that. Yeah, so I think this is just going to be a pretty good ranking that I'm giving you. Now, this this top 10 will be even more good. It was tough, but I managed to get it done. Even though I kind of rushed it, but I managed to get it done. So I think it turned out fine, why have you? So I like it. So let's start the. So enough said. Here's the top 10. Number 10 is Tolkien from 2019. Now, this is a film that focused on the early life of J.R.R. Tolkien when he was an English professor and before he even gave us The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings books, and lots of others. Nicholas Hoult does an exceptionally good job of playing the titular character. Lily Collins is good as well. Overall, I thought this film had pretty good feel to it. And I actually did watch it on Memorial Day since it took place during the war and what have you. This, well, you know, the story. Yeah. So, anyway, Tolkien was a very good film. I thought it was nice. Now, coming in at number 9 is Energy, a national issue from 1977. Now, of course, this was filmed in 76. This is a Hanna-Barbera educational special featuring Fran Wilma Flintstone and narrated by Charlton Heston. This is a pretty good educational film, and I thought it was pretty good. And had a pretty good musical number as well. This would also this would also be Alan Reed's final outing as Fred Flintstone. This was done just shortly before his passing that year in '77. His singing voice, well, now Fred's singing voice, Henry Corrin, was also featured, and he would fill in he would fill in the shoes, or should I say, the big feet of Fred Flintstone after this. Anyway, I thought this little special was pretty good. You can find the full special on YouTube. Check it out. I think you'll really like it. Next up at number 8 is Dragon, the Bruce Lee story from 1993. Now, I've only seen some of this film, but this is the first time I've watched this film in its entirety. I must admit, this was really good, and I will say it's got a real good cast. And what have you? Jason Scott Lee does a very good job in playing Bruce Lee. Really cool. It's got some other great performances, and That's all I can say. I will say it was just so awesome. I was surprised to see that this was directed by Rob Cohen, who also went on to direct The Fast and the Furious and Triple X later on. Just so cool. I think you'll really like this film. If you haven't seen it yet, this is definitely worth looking into. Just so incredible. And coming in at number 7 is the Garfield movie. Now, I actually did like this a little more than the live action movies, though it may not quite come close to being 110% like the comic strip. I mean, we would have loved to have seen more of John and what have you. But anyway, it was really cool to see Garfield go on a big adventure with Odie and, well, Garfield's dad, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, that was really something. Chris Pratt does a pretty good job in voicing Garfield. I really liked his performance. I think this was just so much fun and what have you. If we do get a sequel, we'll see what happens. I hope for the best it'll be better, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves yet. But the Garfield movie is good. You gotta check it out. It was definitely good. Next at number 6 is If. Now, this is John Krasinski's new movie. I will say Ryan Reynolds isn't too bad. I was kind of just a little mixed on him, but it was young Kaylee Fleming who really stole the show. But we also had some pretty good voice acting performances from Steve Carell, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and the late great Louis Gossett Jr., and even John Krasinski himself, who of course also appears in the film. So anyway, this film was so cool. It made you feel like you were seeing Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but in a different way, though. I liked it, and it was very fun. Why have you? I think this was just a fun-filled treat. I think the whole family would definitely love it. Check out my review of that. Same with the Garfield movie. They're both fun family flicks. Check them out, both of them. You won't be disappointed. At least I hope you won't. Okay. And coming in at number 5 is The Iron Claw from last year. Now, this, of course, is the true story of the Von Erich family from Texas and how they got to be even bigger on the wrestling circuit. Well, I'm not much of a wrestling person, but I show some respect for it, though. This film's very good in my view. Zac Efron does an exceptionally good job, and I liked everyone else's performance in my view. This was just such an incredible true story flick, and I think this was, yeah, exceptionally incredible. Don't mean to sound like a broken record though, but I really think the Iron Claw had a lot to offer throughout this film. It was just, yeah, incredible. Next up at number 4 is The Road Warrior, aka Mad Max 2 from 1981. This is a very good sequel, follow up to the 1979 film. I had a blast with this film. Mel Gibson is exceptionally, once again, good as Mad Max. Everyone else is good. The action and the thrills, it was just so incredible. I really, really like this. This is a, again, great sequel. So, anyway, enough said about it. This was just so action packed. Next up at number 3 is The Fall Guy. Now, I was not thrilled at how well this movie's been performing, but it's still managing to hold up, though, even though despite it's already on streaming. Well, be thankful it's not on Peacock yet. I mean, that's way too early. But anywho, I had a blast with this film. While it's loosely based on the 1980 series of the same name, but it was just so awesome. I liked Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt's performances. They had great chemistry, and this was just so fun and awesome. It was great to see Lee Majors and Harry Thomas from the original TV series make cameos in the mid-credit scene. That's just so incredible. I was surprised to see Harry Thomas, though. I never knew she would make a cameo as well. I didn't know Lee Majors would have a cameo in the film, so that was a bit of double surprise. Anyway, I think this was just an awesome film, and what can I say? I loved it. It was just so incredible. Well, even though I come to like the TV show, even though I never saw all of it, but at least I'm going to say this film had a little bit of a potential, you know. Okay, and coming at number two is Butterfly in the Sky from 2022. Now, this recently came on Netflix. This is the history of the great PBS show Reading Rainbow, which, of course, I did a TV log of last year for its 40th anniversary. Now, this is a documentary film, and I must admit, I really enjoyed it. It brought back all sorts of good memories about Reading Rainbow. We had new interviews from lots of people who worked on the show, including its host, LeVar Burton, who, of course, will be hosting a brand new updated game show of the popular trivia board game Trivial Pursuit this fall on the CW. Anyway, back to Butterfly in the Sky. This film is exceptionally good. If you liked Reading Rainbow, if you want to know more about this, then you need to watch this film. I think you'll really like it for what it has to offer, telling you all sorts of fun stuff and what have you. Yeah, definitely. I really loved Butterfly in the Sky. This was another good documentary film, and I did love it for what it had to provide and offer. And my number one first time watch of May 2024 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, this, of course, is the start of a new series of stories in the Planet of the Apes series, and I will say this was very good and epic and exciting, just like what we got from the previous trilogy. I'm not sure where I'd put it if I rank the films. Maybe if I rewatch it, I will see what I have to say and then rank these films later on this year. But anyway, this film, again, exceptionally really good. I liked some of the atmosphere and some of the cool things we got to see throughout the film. And what else could I say? I think it just had a lot to offer, just like with the other films. I think it's just such an incredible film and a good way to continue the franchise. I hope for the best for another film sometime down the road. And it's already become the next big popular biggest film at the box office right behind Dune Part 2. Well, it's getting there anyway. So anyway, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is my number one first time watch of May 2024. Now, what did you think of this ranking? What is your top first time watch of May 2024? Let me know your top one, your top three, or top five if you want to. Leave them for me in the comment section below. If you like the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow, please. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of The Hangover. So if you like this, check out my reviews of these other films that I was talking about. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The upper right-hand corner is my review of The Fall Guy. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.